Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are looking at the June 2020 chemistry paper 1. So let us begin. Which of the following processes provide evidence of the particulate nature of matter? And that's diffusion and osmosis. Filtration is a separating technique. So it's 1 and 3, that's B. Question 2, mass number is the number of A, neutrons plus protons, that's it. Question 3, the arrangement of electrons in atoms of X and Y are 285 and 286 respectively. Which of the following represents X and Y? If we look at the valence electrons of X and Y respectively, we can see that they are between 4 and 7, which indicate that they are non-metals. So the answer would be A. Question 4. Items 4 to 6 refer to the information in the following table. 4. Which of the following elements is an anion? And to search for the anion, you look in the table and to see which one has the electrons more than the protons. And it's T, so the answer would be T. Question 5. Which of the following pairs of elements are isotopes? Same proton, same electron, but different neutron. And that would be S would be an isotope, Q would be an isotope. So S and Q are isotopes. So this is oxygen, this right here is sulfur, this is oxygen 9, and this would be the sulfide ion. T, that is, would be the sulfide ion. Question 6, element Q, just identify element Q as being oxygen. Question 7, which of the following acids will not form an acid salt? An acid salt has hydrogen in the compound. So for example, sodium hydrogen carbonate, the mere fact the hydrogen is there indicates that it is an acid salt. A normal salt does not contain any hydrogen in it. Okay, now what species or which species form acid salt? The species that form acid salt are those that have the basicity of hydrogen more than 1, greater than 1. So it's 2 and more. So phosphoric acid would form acid salt, carbonic acid would form acid salt, sulfuric acid would form acid salt. But ethanoic acid only contains 1 hydrogen. When it will only release approximately 1 mole of hydrogen in solution, it's less, but it's only 1 hydrogen that it releases in solution. So it would form normal salts. So the answer would be D. Just to quickly mention that the basicity of phosphoric acid is 3 because there are 3 hydrogens in the acid. The basicity of carbonic acid is 2 because there are 2 hydrogens in the carbonic acid compound, and the basicity of sulfuric acid is also 2 because there are 2 hydrogens in the compound. So it is dibasic, tribasic, and ethanoic acid would be monobasic because there's only 1 hydrogen in the compound. Okay. Question 8, an ion with a single negative charge may be converted into a neutral atom by, so let us use chlorine as an example. So we have the chloride ion, and the chloride ion should lose 2 electrons to form to form chlorine gas, which is diatomic. All right, so losing electrons would be the answer, losing an electron. So in this case it would be C. Question 9. Which of the following aqueous solutions contain 1 mole of hydrogen ions? We have seen this before. Sulfuric acid, this one right here, 2 dm cube of a 0.5 molar sulfuric acid, because the molar ratio between sulfuric acid and the ions that it dissociates into, the H plus, is 2 to 1, right? So if this is 0.5 moles, then so the mole ratio between hydrogen and the sulfuric acid, that is, would be 1 to 2. And if this is 0.5, then this is 0.5 times 2. 0.5 times 2, because it's a 2 to 1 mole ratio between sulfuric acid and H plus. So that would give us 1. So it would be, the answer would be B. Alright. Question 10. A separating funnel can be used to separate a mixture of, a funnel is used to separate 2 immiscible liquid, or 2 immiscible mixtures, or liquid in a mixture. Alright, so the answer would be kerosene, oil and water. Question 11. A new element R shows chemical properties similar to the element sodium. What is the correct formula of a compound formed with R and sulfur? Sulfur has a 2- charge, and since R has chemical properties similar to sodium, it would form the +1. Switch it around, we should get R2S. Okay, switch around the number that is beside the charge. So it's R2S, which is C. Question 12. Which 2 elements above, rather, items 12 refer to the information in the following table. Which 2 elements above, when combined with each other, form an ionic compound? The atomic number here is 3. So let us write the electronic configuration for each and see what the valence electron predicts. So it's 2, 1. This is 2, 4. This is 2, 8, 7. And this is 2, 8, 8. This is carbon. Carbon strictly form covalent compounds. And this is argon, the noble gas. So it leaves us with chlorine, which wants to gain 1 electron. And lithium want to give up that electron, so it's between 1 and 3. 1 and 3, so that's B. Item 13 refers to compound X, which melts at 18 degrees Celsius and boils at 55 degrees Celsius. Compound X is most likely a simple molecule. Question 14. Which of the following statements best describe the formation of a metallic bond? D. Cations are held together by a sea of mobile electrons. 15. Covalent compounds can be formed between 2 nonmetals. So let us see what the options are. A metal and a non-metal, no. A positive ion and a negative ion, no. 2 identical non-metal atoms, excluding the noble gases. 2 identical non-metals, including the noble gases. And the best answer here would be C, because the noble gases, they are inert. They do not react with anybody. They have a stable octet. So they are satisfied. 16. Graphite can be used as a lubricant because of the loose electrons with which can move throughout the lattice. No, that makes it able to conduct electricity. B. Weak attraction among the hexagonal layers of the carbon atoms. Strong attraction within the, so the best answer here would be B, the weak intermolecular force of attraction there. Question 17. Which set of elements forms molecules which contain two atoms? Is it period 2? Oxygen is in period 2, but is it all the elements in period 2 starting from lithium all the way up? No. Group 2? No. Group 7, all the elements in group 7 will form molecules containing two atoms. That's the halogens. 18. Which of the following halogens is a liquid at room temperature? We know that by now. We know bromine is the halogen that is a liquid at room temperature. Question 19. In which of the following compounds does hydrogen have a negative oxidation number? By now we also should know that when hydrogen combined with a metal, it has a negative oxidation number, so that's D. 20. Which of the following when added to sulfuric acid would be the least suitable method for preparing copper 2 sulfate? Is it copper oxide, copper chloride, copper carbonate, or copper hydroxide? Alright, most of these, when they combine with copper, most of these except B, when they combine with the sulfuric acid, they behave as if it were an acid-base reaction. So the answer would be B, because nothing really, the reaction don't really take place when copper chloride and sulfuric acid react. Nothing really happens. Question 21. The pH of fresh sugarcane juice, which is usually 5.0 to 5.5, can be changed to 7.5 to 8 for more efficient processing by adding acetic acid, that would lower the pH, sodium chloride, that's a salt, slake lime, that's a base, limestone, that's also a salt. So the answer is slake lime, which is a base, because we want to increase the pH. 22. Which of the substances represented by the options A, B, C, and D in the following table is most likely sodium chloride? Boiling point, high boiling point, conduct electricity in the aqueous state. That's A. Items 23 to 24 refer to the following equation. Which of the following compounds is reduced? Here we have nitrogen dioxide losing an oxygen to form nitrogen monoxide. And remember, oxidation is the loss of electron or the gaining of oxygen, right? Reduction is the loss of oxygen or the gaining of hydrogen or the gaining of electron, or a reduction in the oxidation number. So based on the option, which of the following compound is reduced, we can see that nitrogen dioxide lost the oxygen to become nitrogen monoxide. So that's A, since reduction is the loss of oxygen. 24. Which of the following compounds is the oxidizing agent? Oxidizing agent would undergo reduction at the same time, so nitrogen dioxide would be the oxidizing agent. Okay. Question 25. Which of the following acids is weakly ionized in aqueous solutions? Is it nitric acid? Is it ethanoic acid? Is it sulfuric acid? Or is it hydrochloric acid? All except B are strong acids. Ethanoic acid is a weak acid. It would give up the H plus ions in solution. The small amount of H plus ions in solution make it a weak acid. 26. Which of the statements below is true for the following equation? Magnesium is oxidized from oxidation state 0 to +2. Magnesium is reduced from the oxidation state +2 to 0, or hydrogen is reduced from oxidation state +2 to 0. D. Hydrogen is oxidized from oxidation state 0 to +1. So let us quickly work it out. Magnesium is 0 right here, and here it is +2. Hydrogen gas is formed, so hydrogen is moving from the +1 to the 0 state. So which one would be the best answer? Magnesium is oxidized from oxidation state of 0 to +2. 27. Items 27 to 28 refer to the following table showing various tests for gases. Right? In answering items 27 to 28, each option may be used once, more than once, or not at all. Now, which test can be used to identify ammonia gas? Ammonia is a base, so we expect the red litmus paper to turn blue. Right? So that is C. And which test can be used to identify an acidic gas? An acidic gas, the blue litmus paper will turn red. So blue litmus paper and blue litmus paper turn red. So that is A. 29. Which of the following occurs in a metal atom when it becomes an ion? When a metal becomes an ion, it loses electrons, right, and is oxidized. So it loses electrons and is oxidized, so that is C. 30. On adding aqueous hydrochloric acid to a solution in a test tube, a gas is given off which extinguishes a burning splint. This shows the presence of nitrate ions, the sodium ions, ammonium ions, or the carbonate ions. Now, oxygen is the gas that is used to keep a flame ablaze. Carbon dioxide is heavier than oxygen, so what it does is push it away from the flame. That is why carbon dioxide is used in fire extinguishers, because it can push away, it can displace oxygen from around the flame, and so the fire is extinguished. Okay, so it means that if the carbon dioxide gas is produced, it means that the carbonate ion is present. 31. Which of the following will not conduct electricity? Is it solid calcium chloride, molten calcium chloride, or a solution of calcium chloride in water? And the answer is solid calcium chloride. The salt must be in the aqueous form. Solid calcium is a metal, and we know that metal conducts electricity. 32. An atom with atomic structure 2713 contains 13 protons, 14 neutrons, 13 protons, 27 neutrons, or 14 protons, 13 neutrons. 27 protons, 13 neutrons. The answer is A. 13 protons, 14 neutrons. 13 plus 14 will give us the mass number of 27. 33. Which of the following is a list of all the raw materials used in the extraction of iron. Is it air, iron ore and limestone, or air, coke, cryolite and limestone, or air, coke, iron ore and limestone, or coke, iron ore, bauxite and limestone? And the answer is C. 34. Which of the following metals will not displace hydrogen from dilute hydrochloric acid? And it's copper, because copper is below hydrogen in the reactivity series and also the electrochemical series. How many coulombs of electricity passes through an electrolyte when a current of 100 amperes flow for 10 minutes? And that's question 35. The quantity of electricity equal to Q equal to I times T. I is measured in amperes, so that's 100 amperes multiplied by time, which is 10 minutes, should be converted to seconds, so it's 60 times 10, should give us seconds, so it's 100 amperes multiplied by 600 seconds. Q equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, so it's 6 with 4 zeros, 2, 3, 4 coulombs. So it's 60,000 coulombs, and the answer is D. 36. Which of the following gases will give a positive test with dry cobalt chloride? And again, water would be present. Give a positive test for cobalt chloride, presence of water, whether steam or liquid. Items 37 to 38 refer to the following chart showing the conversion of ethane to different products. Right? 37, the product polyethylene is a gas. Is it a solid? Is it a liquid? Or is it a solution? It's a solid. There are tiny pebbles that is heated and mold into different shapes. So that is how you have your plastic bottles, your clear plastic bottles. It is made from polyethylene, and you can and those pebbles, you put it into the molder, heat it, increase the temperature, and then you have different shapes, different products with different shapes. So it's a solid though. 38. Product I is, let us look at I, seem like an alcohol, yes, so it is an alcohol, which is B, ethanol. 39. Which of the following diagrams best illustrate bonding in hydrogen bromide? Hydrogen bromide, so you have hydrogen with Br, so we are looking for D. 40. A solution when treated with the gas sulfur dioxide becomes green. Solution contains potassium dichromate. Potassium permanganate is purple and it becomes colorless, but dichromate is orange, and so it becomes green with the dioxide, sulfur dioxide. Items 41 to 42 refer to the following table, which shows the reaction of 4 metals, W, X, Y, and Z, with water or steam. The table also shows the products formed when the nitrates of each metals are heated. Alright. 41. Which of the metal is likely to form a soluble hydroxide? Y. Metal Y would be the answer, since the nitrite, the metals that form are the nitrite of sodium or potassium. And we know that all hydroxides are insoluble except sodium, potassium, and ammonium. Alright, so that's Y. 42. In which of the following pairs of metals is the first metal most likely to displace the second metal from the solution. So let us identify the metals. What we think they are. W would be something that is below hydrogen, so this may be silver or copper. X is somewhere in the middle, so that could be aluminum, iron, or zinc. Y, potassium or sodium, and Z is magnesium and calcium. All right. Now, let's see X to Y. Because Y are sodium and potassium, and they are top of the reactivity series, so nothing can displace them. They displace everybody else. So let us exclude the Y's. So we'll exclude the one that contain Y's, the Y's. All right. So we are now left with ZX or WX, and W is below hydrogen, so it is the least to displace anything. W won't displace anything at all, so we're left with ZX. Z is magnesium and calcium, and X is aluminum, iron, and zinc. And since magnesium and calcium is above aluminum, iron, and zinc, then magnesium can displace or will displace aluminum, iron, and zinc from solutions. So the answer is D. 43. Which of the following molecules could be obtained from cracking the alkane C8H18? We can get this and we can get this. This is too large, 3 is too large for that product to form, so it's 1 and 2. B. 44. Which of the following processes produces a gas which is different from the other processes? We know that respiration is the reverse reaction of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis produces oxygen and glucose. So oxygen gas is produced here. Respiration produces carbon dioxide. Carbonate, eating calcium carbonate produces carbon dioxide. Oxidation of that produces carbon dioxide. So the answer would be B. Item 45 refers to the following equation. Alright? Now, what is the correct structural formula for X? So the Br2 will be added across the double bond. So we should get a dibromo 1, 2, 3, 4 butane. Dibromobutane, which is D. Since the double bond was in the middle, that's where the atoms should be added. 46. Which of the following compounds contain a saturated hydrocarbon? Is it natural gas, propene, ethanol, or vinegar? And it's natural gas, which is methane. Right? There are no double bonds in methane. Alright. 47. How many isomers of butane C4H10 are there? There are 2. Isomerism starts at carbon 4, which is 2, carbon 5 would be 3, carbon 6 would be 4, and so on. And this is for the alkanes. Works best for the alkanes. Item 48 refers to the following equation. Alright. Now, the forward reaction is known as esterification, which is C. The reverse reaction is called hydrolysis, where the ester is split back into its precursors. Items 49 to 50 refer to the following metals: aluminum, copper, iron, and sodium. In answering items 49 to 50, a particular metal may be selected more than once, or not at all. 49. Which metal reacts vigorously with water to produce a strong alkaline a strongly alkaline solution, and that's sodium, which is D. So 49 is D. 50, which metal has an alloy which is used in the manufacture of aircraft, and that's aluminum, so that's A. 51, which of the following substances is soluble in water? A is soluble in water, and that is C3, propanol, and due to the hydrogen bond, the hydroxide group that is there, the hydroxy group that is present there, will form hydrogen bonds with water, which increase its solubility. And also propane, the size of propane is not large enough to get in the way of the water molecule, so this would be soluble. 52, which of the following substances is an important constituent of chlorophyll? We know that is magnesium. 53, a suitable drying agent for the laboratory preparation of ammonia gas is calcium chloride. Item 54 refers to the following compound, right? This is, we always start when you're naming these compounds that have different functional groups, ensure that the functional group given the lowest priority. That's how you name them. So we start, because it's an alcohol, we start naming from the carbon that has the alcohol group, or would give the alcohol group the lowest number. Always count in that direction, that give the alcohol group or the attached group the lowest number. So we start counting from here. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is butanol, and we have some attachments. So this is 1, 2. So it's 2, 2 dimethyl, because the attachment is methyl. They are methyl groups. So it's 2, 2 dimethyl butanol, or butan 1-ol, to indicate which position the alcohol, the OH group is. 54. Which of the following phrases correctly describe the compound? It's an alcohol. 55. Which of the following observation is expected when aqueous silver nitrate is added to aqueous potassium chloride? You should expect a white precipitate of silver chloride, which is C. 56. A polyamide is formed by a condensation reaction between a molecule containing at least one carboxylic acid group and the other containing at least one amine group. And so A would be the answer. 57. Which of the following features is not true of all homologous series of compounds? The members of the series have the same functional group, that is true, the same general formula, that is true, similar chemical properties, that is true, and the same empirical formula, that is not true. So the answer is D. 58. Which of the following substances can be produced directly from ethanol? Is it ethane, ethane, or ethyl ethanoate? If you dehydrate ethanol, you will get ethene. If you add a carboxylic acid to ethanol by the process of esterification, you will get ethyl ethanoate. In order for us to get ethene, look what happened if we were to prepare ethene first, and you have the ethanol. So here you have ethanol, and it undergo dehydration to give ethene. So this is dehydration, right? And then to get ethane, you would have to hydrogenate the ethene molecule. Some platinum catalyst hydrogenation to produce ethene. All right. So that is how, and that is, those are 2 steps. Okay, this is done under acidic condition. Can use sulfuric acid and high temperatures, so 170 degrees Celsius, using sulfuric acid to dehydrate ethanol. H plus mean acid. Alright, so it is 1 and 3. 1 and 3. That's B. 59. Which of the following statements is true? The particles in a gas are larger when heated. The particles in a gas are further apart when heated. That is true. The particles in a gas are very closely packed together. No. The particles in a gas have strong forces between them. They are further apart, so they could not have any forces between them. Right? So they move further apart when heated. Item 60 refers to the following graph, which shows the boiling points of some straight chain alcohols. Alright, which of the following molecular formula represents the alcohol whose boiling point is at 160 degrees? So here's 150, that's 160 would be somewhere here or here, would be 6. So which carbon would have 6? Which of these compounds would have 6 carbon atoms in the chain? Let's find that. So this is 313. So this is 4. So A has 4 carbon atoms. So this is carbon 4. B has 4 and 1, 5 carbon atoms. C has 5 and 1, 6 carbon atoms. D has 6 and 1, 7 carbon atom. So we are looking for D. Sorry, we are looking for C. So C is the answer. Alright, so we have come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Remember to prepare very well for your exam. Go through the past papers. And good luck. See you soon.